So we are back again with another video, and today we'll be doing a combined 11 for Arsenal versus Manchester City. I thought I'd try something new for this channel, so if you have enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe, and let's get straight into it. Starting off in goal, I'll be going with EDERSON. Now, I like Leno and I don't think he's a bad keeper. For EDERSON, he's done it with Manchester City. He's won many league titles with Manchester City, and he's been really good for them, and he hardly makes any mistakes. Yes, he's got 1 or 2 red cards over the years, but even Leno has as well, so you can't really fault EDERSON for what he's done for Man City. He's just been incredible, especially with the keepers, you know, Man City have had recently, you know, in the past, like Joe Hart. You know, and for Pep Guardiola, his style of play, EDERSON's just been brilliant for that. And I'm pretty sure he came from Benfica as well, if I'm not wrong. And you know, he's a brilliant player, EDERSON, and you know, he's ahead of Leno. He's definitely ahead of Leno. And I think in terms of the best goalkeepers in the league, I think EDERSON's definitely right up there for me. So I'm going to go with EDERSON. So moving into the back four now, first of all, on the left hand side, TIERNEY. Now both these teams have, you know, got the 2 best league records in terms of defensively, so I'm going to go half on this because I think both teams do deserve credit defensively, because Arsenal have been better. Yes, we are in 10th, but we still have been defensively better. We've conceded less goals than that, so I think, you know, it's fair to even it out. But on the left hand side, TIERNEY, yeah, he's been brilliant for us this season, and he's had a few injury problems of late, but he's better than Zinchenko. He's levels above Zinchenko. I'm sorry, but if anyone tries to argue that, just let me know. But TIERNEY for me. Left centre back, I'll be going with GABRIEL. Now GABRIEL, again, he's one of those, you know, he had a very good start to the season, was 3 player of the month for us in a bad spell for us, and I think if it wasn't for him, you know, we could have got further down the table, because he was brilliant for us. Yes, I think the corona has really hit him hard and he's not been at his best recently, but I think GABRIEL is a top class centre back, and I think potential as well. He's got a lot of potential, and I think obviously the next centre back I'm going to look at, you know, I think he's got more potential than him as well. So GABRIEL is definitely one for the future, and we got him for a really good price as well. You know, Man City getting RUBEN for 55-60 million pounds, but we got GABRIEL for 23 million pounds. So I think we've got a really good steal in GABRIEL, and he's again one for the future. But this season he has been exceptional when he's been played and when his confidence has been high as well. So I'll be going with GABRIEL. Next to him, I'll be going with RUBEN. Now, Man City going into the season had problems defensively, and they did need a centre-back. They looked at, obviously, the likes of Koulibaly from Napoli, but that didn't happen, and they ended up going for RUBEN from Benfica, and they swapped Otamendi for him. Now, RUBEN has been really good for Manchester City. You know, I can't complain about that. He's been very good for them, and you know, yeah, he's really transformed that centre-back role for Man City in the league, and that's why they have the best defense, and that's why they're sitting top. Obviously at the start they had 1 or 2 problems, but when they were ironed out, he looked unstoppable, and I will have to go with RUBEN and that second centre-back role. On the right hand side, to be honest, there's only one answer, and that is João Cancelo. It's not going to be Bellerin, so it will be João Cancelo. If it's Nottingham Forest or, you know, Queen's Park Rangers is right back, it would have been him ahead of Bellerin, if I'm really honest. But João Cancelo, he's been really good as well this season, to be honest, and you know, he's quite a good player in my opinion, João Cancelo, and I'll have him at Arsenal definitely. And you know, he's a player that works for Pep Guardiola's system. You know, they're doing very well, and I think creatively, you know, Man City are setting up very differently, and I think João Cancelo has been very much key to that. And you know, Kyle Walker at times has been kicked out of the team, but I think Cancelo deserves a lot of credit for that. You know, he came in for Danilo swap deal, and I think a lot of credit is due to him, and I think João Cancelo does go on the right back role. Moving into the midfield now, first of all, Thomas Partey. Now again, look, some people may disagree, and he's not played a lot of games this season, he's been very injured, but I'm going to try to take context into this as well and try to be as fair as possible. And I'm going to go Thomas Partey because he is a world-class midfielder. You know, he goes into every single team in the Premier League. You know, he's one of Arsenal's players that literally walks into every Premier League side, in my opinion anyway. Obviously the next two are going to be Manchester City players, but I think Thomas Partey, you know, he's going to be a big player for us, and he already is a big player for us. You know, that win against Man United, other games as well, he's been very crucial for us, and he's basically carried Xhaka in some games as well as Elneny, and I think, you know, he's a crucial part of our team, and it would be wrong not to put him in because he is a world-class midfielder and he deserves so much credit than he does. If he was, you know, Atletico, he got so much credit, but Arsenal he doesn't. Yes, he's had a few injuries, And that obviously, you know, it's very unlucky, and obviously Arsenal physio's fault. But I think he's a brilliant world-class footballer. And again, some people may argue with me, say he's got too many injuries, this and that. My opinion, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below about that one, but I'll be going with Thomas Partey. Next to him, I'll be going with İlkay Gündogan. Now, he has been brilliant for Manchester City. İlkay Gündogan this season especially scored, what, 8 goals? Yes, he's had a little injury in the last game, so he hasn't played the game against Everton, but, you know, he's been brilliant for them this season. I think it would be a discredit to Man City and to him if we didn't put him in the side in the combined 11, because he has been really good this season. I'm trying to combine like overall and this season together to make a combined 11, if you know what I mean. And I think you know, he's been brilliant for them this season. İlkay Gündogan deserves so much praise, and he's quite underrated as well. You know, obviously got player of the month last season, so he has been rated, but I think he's been good for Man City over the last 2 years, and he's finally getting the credit he deserves, because I've always thought he's a half decent midfielder, İlkay Gündogan, and he definitely fits into this team. Because you look at Arsenal's the midfielders, yeah, he's definitely not getting ahead of any of them. Only Thomas Partey does, in my opinion. So the second midfielder for me is going to be İlkay Gündogan. Next one, more in the attacking role, I'll be going with Kevin De Bruyne. Now, again, this one's pretty obvious as well. He's also returning from injury, so that really revolutionised Man City's midfield going into our game against them, because Gundogan coming back, Kevin De Bruyne coming back, that will obviously be very good for them and not good for us, because our midfield is quite shambolic as it is, with Thomas Partey out injured as well. So it's very tricky, and Kevin De Bruyne obviously on his day scores a lot of goals against Arsenal, and you know, he's such a good midfielder. He came from Bundesliga, from Wolfsburg, and he's really just lit this league apart, to be honest, and there's no stopping him, and he's a really good midfielder. We really do rate him as well, Kevin De Bruyne, and he's been, you know, he gets so many assists, his passing range, just everything about him oozes quality, in my opinion. There's nothing much more to say on Kevin De Bruyne. He's just so good. So that's my third attacking midfielder choice, will be Kevin De Bruyne. Moving into the attack now, first of all, on the right hand side, Bukayo, Saka. I would put Phil Foden in, but you look at the stats and Saka has done better, I'm pretty sure. You know, and Saka, for the team he's playing in, for the side Arsenal are in, for the form Arsenal are in, for how bad we have done, for the crap manager we have, you know, Bukayo Saka has been the one shining light. You know, people talk about Phil Foden versus Saka. I think that's going to be the debate in English football for the next few years, because, you know, Mason Greenwood just doesn't put enough figures, and he's a striker. Saka isn't even a striker. He's getting more goals than Mason Greenwood, who's supposedly a striker. Yes, United have, you know, space in that team, you know, for other players, but Saka's just been brilliant, and, you know, it would be a discredit to him if we didn't put this in this team. And I think Bukayo Saka is just brilliant, so I'll be going with Bukayo Saka on the right hand side. Moving on to the left hand side, I'll be going with Raheem Sterling. And Raheem Sterling, again, he's a very good player. I could have easily put Phil Foden in there, but I think Raheem Sterling, you know, overall he's probably a better footballer than him. And I think you could say Riyad Mahrez over Saka, but I think for what Saka is, he's better than Riyad Mahrez, in my opinion, at least. You know, the people may say differently. Man City don't think Mahrez has had the greatest of seasons, but, you know, they're different players, I'd say. But Saka for that one. But on the left hand side, definitely Raheem Sterling. He's a very good player. You know, very much improved, you know, most improved, I think, over the last 3 or 4 years when he's in the Premier League. And he's been in the full frame for a long time now, and he's a very good player now, Raheem Sterling. Very much accomplished, won a lot in his time in the league, and yeah, Raheem Sterling for me. Up front as a main striker now, I didn't really know what to go with this one, I'll be honest. But I'll go with Sergio Aguero. It was between Aguero and Aubameyang. You know, Jesus doesn't get near those two, in my opinion. But if you look at the numbers, Aguero is more accomplished, and that's why we'll have to go with Sergio Aguero. I think this season it's been very difficult. You know, he's been out injured, he's had Corona as well, and it's just not been easy for Aguero this season. But you look on the overall strikers in terms of, you know, Aubameyang's had a crap season. You know, Aubameyang's had a rubbish season, and he's also had off-the-field problems. Jesus ain't that good, in my opinion, at least. Man City fans may think the same. So yeah, Sergio Aguero does seem the obvious choice for me, and that's who I'll be going with. So guys, that is the full team there. Ederson, Cancelo, Diaz, Gabriel, Tierney, Partey, Gundogan, De Bruyne, Saka, Aguero and Sterling. Do you disagree or agree with this lineup? Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.